Talking with the experts.
Welcome to Talking with the Experts, where we believe that success is a journey, and every journey is easier with help from friends. That's why we bring you top-notch experts and real business heroes eager to share their lessons from the road to success. We delve into new topics each week: effective marketing strategies, innovative problem solving, financial planning, and team building. We tackle everything you need to know to grow your business and keep it thriving. Whether you dream about launching your first startup or are a business veteran looking to shake things up, we've got you covered. With each episode, you'll gain knowledge, boost your confidence, and be inspired to take action. So, grab a coffee, make yourself comfortable, and join our exciting journey. You're not alone in this. We're here, guiding you, cheering for you, and celebrating each milestone. Let's turn your business dreams into reality, starting today. Here is your host, Rose Davidson.
Talking with the experts.
In episode 497, Joeri Billast shares with us how we can use Web3 NFTs and tokens for our marketing.
Yeah, an NFT is actually like cryptocurrency, but NFT means non-fungible token. While cryptocurrency, it's like money. If I give you one Bitcoin and you give you one Bitcoin back, it stays one Bitcoin. It doesn't matter which Bitcoin it is. But an NFT, it's non-fungible. It's not like we cannot exchange it. You can, and cryptocurrency is actually, what is also a concept within Web3, but it's just like the financial aspect. The NFTs, for me as a marketer, are interesting because it's like what you can do with it. There is a value behind an NFT. Like cryptocurrency, it has a monetary value if you want, but an NFT, like an access pass to an event, for instance, I have an access pass, which allows me access every year to the same event, and I don't need to buy a ticket anymore because I have the NFT. So it gives me value. It gives me access,
Talking with the experts.
Is starting a podcast on your bucket list? Unlock successful podcasting for your business with this 81-page ebook. From passive listener to raving loyalist, the ultimate playbook to mastering podcasting for service-based businesses. Get your copy today. Purchase for $27 for a limited time. Or find it at rose-davidson.com in the store.
Hello and welcome to Talking with the Experts. I'm your host, Rose Davidson from rosedavidson.com. Talking with the Experts is all about business, by business owners, for business owners. You can find it on all good podcasting streaming platforms and on YouTube. And I wanted to ask you this question. Do you know a lot about Web3 marketing? I must say that I know very little. My next guest, Joeri Billast, is going to discuss with us how can a business owners use Web3 marketing and how to market their business and use it in the most efficient way. Now, Joeri has written a chapter in the most amazing marketing book ever by Mark Schaefer and friends, and it is my privilege to interview Joeri because he's my third guest that I've had that's actually had a chapter in the book, and I've heard great things about it. So you want to pop over to Amazon and try and see if you can grab yourself a copy. Now, Joeri is a fractional CMO and a Web3 marketing strategist. He is a best-selling author. And his chapter is all about Web3 marketing, obviously, and he loves public speaking, and you can find him on webdrie.net, and that's webdrie.net. Joeri, welcome to Talking with the Experts. Thank you for joining me all the way from Belgium.
Yes, thank you, Rose. Good morning. Happy to be here.
Wonderful. How did you become a fractional CMO and a Web3 marketing strategist?
Wow, that's an open question. Actually, I will try to make it not too long, but I have a background already as an entrepreneur. So I had a business analytics or business intelligence company, if you want. About 10 years ago, I had this company and I sold it because I wanted to do something else. At that moment, I had 13 people working for me. But I said, okay, it's time to do something else. Sometimes in life, you may need to make this decision. And so I started into marketing. I started to build my business with marketing tools, how to use them more efficiently. Then it went over to social media marketing. And at the same time, Rose, since my studies, I had an investment club, like analyzing stocks, analyzing investments, see how everything is going on in the financial markets, when to buy, when to sell. And then at a certain moment, I was in 2022, I was in San Diego at Social Media Marketing World for a social media conference, of course, but they were talking about NFTs and Web3. And also at the time, I met Mark Schaefer because I had bought his token. And so that was for me the trigger to think of, okay, this is really happening now. For me, it made sense with my background of IT, of financial, of marketing. It made sense and it was easier for me to understand the concept and to see the possibilities, and the world is evolving so quickly. So from there, I also, as you mentioned, I have my own podcast. I started to invite Web3 guests to my podcast. I started to listen to Web3 podcasts. I started to explore, diving into that, organizing events in the metaverse. We can talk about that later. So I really started to dive into that. And so I went into Web3. Now, the fractional CMO aspect, I was already for some time a fractional CMO for tech scale-ups because of my background with IT, with marketing. That's actually, the main service. It was a logical step. But yeah, that's a bit of my background.
Wonderful. Explain to me what Web3 marketing is. I've heard the term, but I don't know a great deal about it.
Yeah, that's always the question that I get everywhere. So let's just start with what is Web3, because most of the people I'm talking to, they won't have a clue because, okay, they hear it, but what is Web3 actually? It's an umbrella term if you want. But let's go back to Web1. What was Web1? Web1 was when the internet started. We were all consuming information on the internet. We were reading stuff. And then Web2 came with Facebook, with LinkedIn, with other social media. And so people were not only reading stuff on the internet, but also writing stuff, posting stuff on the internet. But now today, we see that there is a problem with Web2. This is that we don't own our data, like Facebook, for instance. Take that company as an example. They can just, delete your account from one day on the other, or they can sell your data to other companies and you don't have anything to say against them. So Web3 solves that problem. So you own your data, you choose what you share, and Web3 is an umbrella term. That's the basic concept if you want, but there are some concepts like NFTs, maybe you heard about that, about metaverse, and those concepts can be used for marketing.
Right. And so how do we get involved with Web3? Is it open? Is it open to everybody, or do you need to meet some sort of criteria?
No, it's not, first you, of course, you need to understand. It's not like the dark web or something that you say, I cannot find where it is. Web3 is already there. There are already websites, they call dApps, that you can access with Web3. So, for instance, an example of Web3 are what we call NFTs. Those are digital collectibles. You can think of a digital art or a digital membership card or a digital access pass. Those things already exist. The difference with Web3 is that they are minted on the blockchain. This means that they cannot be copied. For instance, there is only one. For instance, for a piece of art, it can be a certificate that you own the Mona Lisa, for instance. There is one Mona Lisa. It can be a certificate that you own that house. There is only one house. It can be a certificate, or it can be an access pass for an event. There are only 100 people that can go to that event. So there are 100 cards, digital membership cards, and people cannot copy it because it's on the blockchain. So it's something like once it's on the blockchain, people cannot change it. So that's one of the authenticity aspect, the security aspect, the fact that it is decentralized, so it's not owned by a company, are some aspects of Web3. And so it's easy to enter. To enter Web3, I would say, check if you can get one of those NFTs, one of those digital membership cards that that are on a blockchain. So in the United States, they have Starbucks doing stuff. In Belgium, you have also companies using NFTs, but they are not mentioning the word, because that's the problem today. I don't know if I say the word NFT to you, maybe you will say, what are you talking about? But if I tell you a digital membership card or a loyalty card, if you go to a store and you get points, that can also be like an NFT.
Yeah, I associate NFT with like cryptocurrency. That's how I understand NFTs, but I didn't realize that you could use it for other things as well.
Yeah, an NFT is actually like cryptocurrency, but NFT means non-fungible token. While cryptocurrency, it's like money. If I give you one Bitcoin and you give me one Bitcoin back, it stays one Bitcoin. It doesn't matter which Bitcoin it is. But an NFT, it's non-fungible. It's not like we cannot exchange it. You can, and cryptocurrency is actually what is also a concept within Web3, but it's just like the financial aspect. The NFTs, for me as a marketer, are interesting because it's like what you can do with it. There is a value behind an NFT. Like cryptocurrency, it has a monetary value if you want, but an NFT, like an access pass to an event, for instance, I have an access pass, which allows me access every year to the same event, and I don't need to buy a ticket anymore because I have the NFT. So it gives me value. It gives me access. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So how can we use this, Web3 in our marketing strategy, and what are the benefits of it?
Yeah. So for instance, for a marketing strategy, it's always good to be early, of course. It's sometimes more difficult because people don't always understand what you are doing. But if you are early, you stand out. So if you have a business, and it can be like a small business, and you have a sort of loyalty system, or you have a sort of course that you're selling, then you could use NFTs. And the advantage of NFTs is that, it's something new, and people cannot copy it. And also, for instance, I know you are an author too. I am an author too. If I would sell my book as an NFT and people would resell the book to someone else, I would still get a commission on that. So it's on the blockchain. It's the same for art. So if you're an artist and you sell a picture or your artwork, and this person resells it, you still get, revenue from that. So that's also interesting for entrepreneurs. But the fact that you can give access to people, and that it's on the blockchain, and that if more and more people will know the concept about NFTs, it will be easier to follow up. It will be more secure. You know that if someone comes to your event and shows the NFT and you can scan it, okay, it's on the blockchain. It's a real access. So there are different possibilities. But for small business owners, I always think of membership cards, loyalty cards, access to something, and certificates. And people, they will be proud that they have your NFT. I will show it in their, another difficult word, wallet on the internet. And so it's
it's quite interesting about how we can do a different type of marketing for our business, and keep those clients or customers entertained in such a way that that they'll keep coming back because they have this loyalty card with you through the NFT. But I'm still a bit confused about how people can actually get involved. How can they get their business into this onto the blockchain? Where do they go to find ways to do that?
Yeah, so the first steps, obviously it's new, so I need to educate people how to do that. And we cannot explain it in like a few minutes. But the first step to do, everyone listening, is to get yourself a wallet, like a digital wallet, because you need a digital wallet to get access to the Web3 world if you want. And this wallet, of course, you think of money. There can be cryptocurrency in it, but it can also be almost empty if you want, just a bit of cryptocurrency that you need. Because if you access or you do transactions in Web3, then you need to pay some gas fees as they talk. There are some costs involved, but you need to get yourself a wallet. And for instance, for myself, how do I do this to get people involved? In the beginning of the year, I did a survey around the state of Web3 marketing in the world. And so entrepreneurs, marketers were answering to the survey. And I said, you know what? I give you an NFT for free. And so to get this NFT, people need to go to this website where my NFTs are, which is on cmostories.uncut.fm. And then they click on it, but then they need to connect a wallet or make an account with their email address. So this is a solution for people that are not yet into Web3. So they make an account with their email address, but what happens is that a wallet address is created. So from there, those people have their NFT, they have a wallet address that they get access with their email address. So that is to make it easy for people to onboard. And once they have their wallet address, they can use this to access other stuff. So for instance, people holding the NFT, by having the NFT in their wallet, they got access to the results of the survey. And so that was a way that I used it, but there are different ways. But as I said, the problem is that, we still need to do a lot of education, teaching to people what it is. But the best thing is get yourself a wallet. Don't invest, just have a wallet and try to get some NFTs and see how it is working so that you get used to it.
Yeah. So what is there a cash financial, like, in money, real, coin, cash money? Is there a cash money involvement in, getting these NFTs?
Yeah, my NFTs. So if you look at my page, you will see that there are NFTs for free, and there are NFTs it cost like a couple of pounds, a couple of euros, and people can buy it with their credit card or with their wallet. So I make it easy for them. But there are NFTs for free. So for instance, for my podcast, I gave to the listeners, to build a community, I said, you know what, you can get my NFT for free if you get the password right. And I gave them for free. Or if you just ask me and make an account, I will drop you the NFT for free. So it can be for free. For instance, I will probably be helping out an event in Belgium, and we will be giving NFTs for free to the participants of the event, to the participants who visit a sponsor booth, to participants who listen to a certain presentation. But to make it a bit more fun, we will add a password on it so that people can only get NFT for free if they know the password. So you cannot go just to this website and take all the NFTs. So that's to add a bit of gamification if you want. So
so it's safe. It's people can't steal it from you.
Oh, no, people can. Yeah, there are a couple of, I understand what you're saying. So probably people are, they're a bit afraid. Yeah, if I do this cryptocurrency, because you hear a lot of, about scams, but those scams are everywhere. They are also, if you look at your emails, if you click on the wrong email and you click on a PayPal link that is not the right PayPal link, it's false, you can also lose money. So the same thing can happen in Web3. So if the same, I would say, if you're careful in Web2, be as careful as that in Web3. It's not like Web3, it's different. So therefore you need to be careful. But also, like I said, if you have a few different wallet addresses, so you separate, your savings if you want to have savings in crypto from the NFTs, then people cannot touch it. So the only thing that could happen if you would click on the wrong link, that they get your NFT. But if those NFTs are your free NFTs, it's a limited risk. And for sure, if you're just starting out, just create this wallet, just click, and you cannot lose money because there is no, if there is no money in the wallet, they cannot take it anyway.
Okay, so I guess if you've got a wallet and you've got some currency in it, where can you spend it, or can you spend it?
Oh, you can spend it. Yeah. So as I said, there is a concept of gas fees. So for instance, if you want to buy an NFT and there is a transaction on the internet, there will also be gas fees. Also, if people send you an NFT for free, there is a transaction cost for using the blockchain, the network. But that's mostly a small fee, depending on the time when you are doing this transaction. But, Rose, people are already buying digital clothes on the fashion is a thing in Web3. So metaverse, virtual worlds are a thing. You can have, I did already events in those virtual worlds for Mark Schaefer's community, the Rise community. So with my co-authors, we gathered in the metaverse. And then you can have like free digital clothes for your avatar.
You can't wear them.
Yeah, that's another concept. You can't wear them, but there is also the concept of digital twins. For instance, you go to the store and you buy shoes. And those shoes, you can put them on your avatar, but you have the digital twin, as they call it. So you can also have them in real life. But there are only, like Nike, I think, did some action like that. There are only a number of limited, edition shoes available. So, and then you have the certificate on the blockchain. So you can have them in real life and you can put them on your avatar. So that's already happening today.
Interesting. Joeri, it's been a really interesting conversation and you've explained it quite well. I think I've had another Web3 person on and I didn't understand a word that they were telling me. So I think you've explained it so that I can understand it, which is great. So if I can understand it, I'm sure that our listeners and viewers will be able to get the concept. Where can people find you and get more information about Web3, Joeri?
Yeah, so I have my own podcast, which was called the CMO Stories podcast, which you can Google. You will find CMO Stories. You will find it. It's cmo-stories.com. But I've changed the name to Web3 CMO Stories, so to make it more relevant so that people know that it's me. So that's a good place. And you mentioned it in the beginning. I have my blog, which is web3.net or .com. And Web3 is written in Dutch, so because the Web3 domain name was already taken, so it's webdrei.com, and there you can find all my information. And of course, I'm everywhere on social media. There is only one person with my name, so love to connect on LinkedIn or on other social media, and love to chat.
Wonderful. If you were to give some words of wisdom, what would they be?
For me, if you are an entrepreneur, and it's always good to be early and at least understand what is happening. So listen to a few podcast episodes and have a look. Is there an NFT? If you hear about an NFT that a brand that you know has do something with NFTs and a brand that you like, try to get one and just try to dive in and to learn about this, because the world is changing. It's like in the beginning, you remember those when websites came, it was people were, where do you need a website for? Then, a the cell phone, the mobile phones came. Why do we need a mobile phone? And then at a certain moment, Facebook came. Why do we need a Facebook page? And all of these things were happening. So it's good to be early. That will be my words of wisdom.
Yeah, I love being an early adopter. I like to try anything new and get it, get my foot in first, because sometimes you get things for free when you do that. Joeri, It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you so much, Rose.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Talking with the Experts, hosted by Rose Davidson. Make sure you have a look at our back catalogue over at talkingwiththeexperts.com. And be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss out on any episode. We look forward to your company next time. Talking with the Experts.